we've had a handful of really special nights already in the NBA, and yesterday was just another one of those. Yeah. So if you missed it for some reason or another, let's get into it. KD and the Rockets looking pretty darn good, taking on the Magic. We'll start in the fourth quarter, 27 seconds left. Durant crosses up Wendell Carter Jr., knocks down the three. Durant coming in clutch. Next Rockets possession. Sengun on the inbounds pass. Durant slips. Anthony Black now picks it up. He goes coast to coast for the dunk and the foul by Sengun. A disastrous play.
You know, I thought the game was going to be over after this one.
So there's Black with the finish. Now Black at the free throw line. Check this out. He misses the free throw. Jabari Smith Jr. gets the rebound. They call timeout.
Poor Magic, man. They've been great without Paolo.
1.4 seconds left. Sengun with the inbound gets the jumper there. He has 30 and 12. We're headed to overtime.
That's
I mean, how did we get here? Like, Orlando's winning that game the whole time.
Yeah. A minute left in OT. Rockets trail by one. Durant on the drive. Finds Amen Thompson backdoor for the dunk.
Somebody's sleeping. Where did he come from?
Following Rockets possession, 20 seconds left. Durant, he's got Tristan da Silva, and he's like, no, get out of here. I don't need this screen. I got this man, okay? He drives, pull up, barbecue chicken. Durant, 35 points. Rockets go on to win by 4. Here's KD after the game.
Everybody came in and contributed, man. It was some big minutes, big plays. I'll be with the big hook shot to go into overtime, man. So, yeah.
Not safe for work language with our friend Vanessa Richardson there and KD and Sengun. All right, the Rockets have the #1 offense behind KD and Sengun. By the way, also #1 ISOs, I might add, as you saw at the end there. Mark, how good has this duo of Sengun and KD been?
You know, there's only a few teams that have unstoppable offensive players, right? You could agree with me. Luka,
yeah.
SGA, Joker, Curry, to name a few.
Steph Curry.
How many teams have 2?
Yeah, not many.
The Rockets have 2. We know what KD is. If he misses a shot, it's his fault. It's not your defense, right? But Sengun has now put himself in a position to be an unstoppable player. He's added the 3. He's shooting 65% in the post. He leads the team in assists per game. And you know what? With his improvement, with the addition of KD, name a better duo in the league. I'm listening. There isn't one.
David, what do you think?
Ooh.
Well, first of all, I got a problem with the Sengun and Durant stealing me and Mark's celebration that we do. That's how we hug after every show. But I do have a gripe with Mark a little bit about this. All right, I'll be a little spoon. But if we're talking about duos, though, Jokic and Gordon, SGA and J-Dub may have something to say about the best duos in the league. But with all that said, the Rockets are doing the thing that was missing early in the season. They were 1-3 in close games. You wonder if that's missing Fred VanVleet, if there's something wrong with them in the clutch. Now they've kind of fixed the right of the ship a little bit. Against Milwaukee last night, against Orlando, they are now plus 20 in the clutch. This is what this team has been missing, and that is Sengun getting in the paint. That is him getting the ball to KD. That is Amen Thompson coming in the dunker spot and finishing in these clutch moments. That is what this team is going to need come playoff time with the absence of a traditional point guard. If there is one thing I am going to flag about the Rockets, they lead the league in three-point shooting at 43%. Guys like Eason's at 50%. Okogie's at 40+%. I wonder how sustainable that is and what they'll need to do to make that up. But otherwise, this is much better start than I thought from this team.
Look, Kevin Durant has the lowest usage percentage of his career, and he's about to go 50, 40, 90. He's close. Right now, he's 51, 40, and 88.8, okay? Lowest usage rate and hyper efficient. And they're not even as good as they're going to be. They're still learning how to play together. Oklahoma City's up here. Denver's probably right a notch below. But the Rockets are still figuring it out, and they're not even as good as they're going to be.
Cooper Flagg put the team on his back last night against the Blazers. There's AD in his Packer jersey. There's Coop. Let's start in the third quarter. Blazers leading 75-67. Cooper Flagg gets the steal here. Watch this. Behind the back.
Hello.
Hey.
Euro coast-to-coast finish.
How old is he?
Woo, 18.
And 366 days, I believe, something like that.
I mean,
that's unbelievable stuff. All right, now let's shift over to the fourth quarter. Blazers lead by 2 now. Off the inbounds, Cooper Flagg gets the float game. 2 guys get on him. He's like, nah, I'll get 1. He ties the game at 117.
This is close to a must-win game for Dallas with the way their season's been going.
Let's go to overtime. Tied at 123 off the inbounds here. Again, Flag working inside. Another floater off the back rim. Mavs up 2. 2 minutes to play in OT. Flag backing down Denny Advia.
Wow.
Jumper is good.
Not bad defense.
Mavericks up 2. A minute and a half later in OT, Mavs lead by 1. Shaedon Sharpe will miss the 3. Flag gets the board. Look ahead to P.J. Washington for the finish. What a pass by Flag. Mavs go on to win 138 to 133. Cooper Flag's 19th birthday, since you asked, Mark, is still over a month away. And now he has 4 20-point games. That's tied with Kobe Bryant for second most before turning 19. Only LeBron James has more. Flag is one of just 5 players with multiple 20-point games before the age of 19. All right, so on the same day you get this type of performance from Cooper Flag, we also heard that Anthony Davis will miss another 7 to 10 days with his calf injury. So, Mark, what have you heard, though, about Kyrie?
You know, Mavs need some good news, right? Mavs fans?
Sure.
Kyrie's looking good. He's ahead of schedule. He's working out with the purpose of playing this season, which I'm sure Mavs fans are glad to hear. I think optimistic-wise, probably around late January, All-Star break, someone close to him told me that if it was the playoffs, he could play right now. That's ahead of schedule he is. But the problem is, like, who's running the show, right? What's their record going to be? Will Anthony Davis be back? I think by the time he's able to potentially come back in late January, there's going to be a collective decision from him, from the team, from everybody that's close to him on whether it's worth for him to come back or not. But I hear he wants to be back, and he's ready.
Just like Anthony Davis wants to be playing right now.
Yeah.
So, David, let me ask you, can they afford to wait?
I mean, I think they can afford to wait with Kyrie from the fact that there's been a sort of shift here with Dallas and the way we're looking at this. The way we looked at Cooper Flag, there was a lot of expectation because in light of the Luka trade and AD being there was this thought that this could be a playoff team. I don't see a playoff team, and Dallas has now admitted that the Luka trade was a mistake and kind of a disaster. And so now you can kind of reset and really analyze who this dude is as a rookie. I just do not see this team being competitive this year, even with Kyrie coming back, which means I think that they should really look at this Anthony Davis thing and what is the value of keeping him on this team or moving on past him come trade deadline. I think that they should look at this team as what they are, is a not great team with a possibly generational #1 pick and build this thing from the ground up. And that probably does not include somebody like AD on that team.
You know what they are? They're hurt. Anthony Davis isn't playing. Kyrie Irving's not playing, but they still have a lot of the pieces on this team outside of obviously Luka Doncic that went to the finals. They were very good last year when everybody was healthy, and even when Kyrie went out, they made some noise in that play-in tournament. And I think it's too soon to talk about trading Anthony Davis. I understand Cooper Flag is all that. How many ways can you say this is his team now? But in the way they've been using him and playing him and how well he's played, but they still have Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Yeah. And let's see what this team looks like when they're healthy, because right now Anthony Davis, his trade value is probably the lowest you're going to find with how much money he's owed and his injury history. Why would you sell low on him when you obviously bought so high?
Yeah. Developing story on NBA today. LeBron James participated in Lakers practice today for the first time this season. LeBron has missed the first 14 games of the season as he recovered from a sciatica injury. Here's JJ Redick on LeBron's status for Tuesday.
It's the first time we've had all 14 guys available for a practice, so that's exciting. Gabe and LeBron were both full participants. Marcus and Rui as well. I would say Marcus and Rui, I would expect them to be available tomorrow. Gabe and LeBron, it's TBD on those two, but good to have the whole group together.
Now joining NBA Today, senior reporter Dave McMiniman. Dave, what do we learn today about LeBron's injury status and recovery as the Lakers head to a home game tomorrow night against the Jazz?
Yeah, George, it's been 201 days since LeBron James was involved with 5-on-5 with his Lakers teammates, dating back to the first round of the playoffs. He told us that his offseason was obviously affected by not only the sciatica, but the MCL sprain he suffered against the Wolves. We learned that this is not the first time he's had sciatica. 2 off seasons ago, he dealt with the same thing. He said, if you've never experienced it, I pray you don't get it. It's that bad. He said he isn't necessarily pain-free yet, but he's ramping up towards his return. The biggest issue right now that he shared with us is that he feels like he has newborn baby lungs and he needs to get back up to grown man lungs, which that does call into question whether he'll play on Tuesday or not, because if he decides to, he could get about 3 more practices in with the Lakers this week before they play their next game after Tuesday on the road Sunday against the Jazz. I asked Austin Reeves, what have you missed the most in this time while LeBron's been sidelined? And he said just his presence. He can lift up the room just by being there, and obviously his high basketball IQ. Austin Reeves said he believes this, and he said many of the guys on his team believe this. They're playing with the best basketball player ever to touch a ball. And so just getting him integrated is something that they're as excited about as LeBron is. So certainly all smiles for LeBron today. We're getting an official status report on him at 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll see what the team is saying about his availability for tomorrow. And, you know, we could be waiting overnight to find out whether he'll be able to play against the Jazz or not.
All right. Officially on LeBron watch, Dave. I love it. Dave, thank you so much. Los Angeles is currently 4th in the West and look to integrate LeBron back into the lineup, as you heard Dave say, while keeping up their winning ways. If last season is our judge, there could be some things to look forward to. When LeBron takes the court, we'll ask the question here again. Who's going to have to adjust?
Well, I think there are going to be games where it's going to be Austin Reeves, but it's also going to be everyone, because LeBron James isn't going to come in the words of one of their staffers, he's not going to come in and be a role player. That's LeBron James. And so it might take a game or 2 for him to find his footing, for him to fit in, as he said about 3 times. But he's still going to be LeBron James. And so the question is, when they win and everything is going well, everybody would be fine with giving up some shots. 5 shots here from Rui, or 5 shots from Marcus Smart, 5 shots from Austin, wherever it is. But if they lose and it's not going well, that's when I'm wondering how this is all going to work together. And so LeBron's smart enough to know they've been playing really well without him, and he does not want to mess up that chemistry. So I think we see the biggest impact from him defensively, because that is where you said last year where he made the biggest impact.
NBA